Hi everybody, I'm Pamela Atwood, gerontologist, certified dementia practitioner, and certified laughter leader. And welcome to our series. We are doing a series of shows which will hopefully develop some confident caregivers and also give some good information to all of us who are aging. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about some of the issues about healthy aging and health habits and how to reduce your risk of getting dementia. So if you want more information about this show, you can always go to our website, which is www.agingcareacademy.org. On that website, no charge, you can download, or you can actually even just look at, you don't even have to download it, our dementia risk screen. And on there are like 10 or 11 different things that will increase your risk of getting dementia. And a lot of this is based in a lot of the research that's been done over the last decade or so regarding cognitive decline in age and your risk for getting dementia. What I wanted to talk about today was 4 or 5 specific health habits, and this is all based in a Welsh research study that was done about a year or two ago. And what I love about this research study is some of the outcomes, so I wanted to share it with you. First of all, this Welsh research study, not easy to say, you should try it. It's a good linguistics test. It's a significant study because it looked at a huge sample, 2,200 people. Now, when I say people, in this particular study, it specifically looked at men. However, a lot of the research that's come out of it, they've extrapolated to both men and women. But really what we're talking about here is issues regarding men's health. And they looked at these folks for an extended period of time. They looked at 2,200 men, middle-aged between age 45 and 59, over 35 years. And the study really had 2 aims: to look at whether or not certain health habits or lifestyle choices would have an increase or decrease on cognitive health and or cognitive decline and overall chronic disease in age. So they looked at a number of different factors. And what they found out was that not only did it improve rates of cognitive decline, but also chronic disease in later life. So what are the health habits? It's probably no surprise at this point, if you spend any amount of time researching aging and health, you'll know that there are some consistent truths that keep coming out. Number 1, exercise regularly. And it doesn't have to be going to the gym and getting huge muscles, but something that is cardiovascular, something that you're doing for 30 minutes most days of the week. That is really what is really helpful, but also for strength and to reduce risks of osteoporosis, improve fall risk and balance. You really need to be doing a variety of things: aerobic, stretching, weight-bearing exercises throughout your lifespan, more often than not. So exercising regularly is one of the health habits. The next one is easier said than done for some of us: don't smoke. Now, I say that as a former, get this, 3-pack-a-day smoker. Yep, I loved smoking. I still have what one of my friends actually termed my MFDs, my Marlboro fantasy days. Hi, Christy, how are you? And I used to love smoking, and I used to love the smell of smoke. And sometimes I'll go by some of our residents at the nursing home and go, oh, that smells so good. And some days it still smells pretty good. But I always wanted to be one of those people who would quit smoking and then just smoke when she drinks, because I drink so rarely. But in all honesty, it's like heroin to me. I know I would be right back there. So it would not be a good thing for me to just smoke once in a while. I had to quit. It took me 4 years to quit, but I finally did it in order to have healthy kids. So quitting smoking is a big thing, and it is really has such an impact on your overall health and well-being, not just for your lungs. And a lot of times people will say, oh, well, I know it's no good for my breathing, or I know it's no good for my heart. It's not good for your skin. It's not good for your other internal organs. It's especially not good for your brain. So if you are concerned about your risk for cognitive decline in the future and you're a smoker, you need to give that up and do whatever you can to do it. Everybody tries different things. For me, the final thing was the patch. Now, I'm very sensitive to adhesive, so I couldn't have the patch except on my outer arms and on my outer thighs. So I used to rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was the only way that I could get it kicked. But then it was done, and that was more than 10 years ago now. So, well, my son's 13. So more than 13 years ago that I quit smoking in February, actually, 13 years ago. So that's a really important part of lifelong wellness is don't smoke. The next one is maintain a low body weight, and this is something that I'm currently working on. Between a couple of different strategies, I've lost in the last couple of years, well, since 2009, over 100 pounds. So to me, this is always a work in progress. It's not something that got put on instantly. It's not going to come off instantly, and I have to go to my very good Zen place and try to remind myself that it will come off with time if I'm patient, and no one's perfect. Yeah, easier said than done. But it is important for me to maintain my health and well-being. So in the long run of my life, it is something that we want to go to do. What this Welsh study showed, though, was it wasn't just to maintain something within an ideal body weight, but it actually said a lower weight. So that was something that I thought was very different compared to a lot of the more quote-unquote Western or American studies that we see. The next thing was eat a healthy diet, and in the basic study it didn't share a whole lot in the press about what they determined to be a healthy diet. There's a whole lot of research out there, and I know that a lot of the people who follow me on YouTube and Instagram have lots of information about supplements and herbs and organic and different nutrients. I will tell you this based on all of the research that I do. Trust me, people, if it was as easy as coconut oil, we'd all be doing it. I would be shouting from the rooftops, it's coconut oil, it's just that easy. It's not that easy. Alzheimer's disease and other kinds of dementias are very complex diseases. I'm not saying coconut oil won't help, but I'm saying I don't think it's that easy that it's just one thing. Turmeric. Tons of people have sent me research studies about turmeric. It's a wonderful spice. However, if that was all that it was, no one in India would have it. And of course, people in India do have it. So I'm oversimplifying things in a way, but in essence, a lot of the research that we read about different supplements or different additives that we can put into foods are oversimplified as well. These are complex conditions, and we need complex medicine to treat and to cure. The next thing, oh, and let me go back about the diet for a second here. What they are telling us in brain health circles is that a well-balanced diet with healthy fats, lower carbs or seriously reduced carbs, lean meats, antioxidant rich foods. So what they say is the darker the fruit or vegetable, the healthier it is for us. So kale as opposed to iceberg lettuce, blueberries as opposed to oranges. So the deeper the color, the better it is. A Mediterranean style diet seems to be extremely positive for results. Also, some of the more paleo or paleo modified diets tend to have the better outcomes. So just in case you're looking for research, you might want to start looking in those particular areas. And the last of the 5 health habits that this Welsh study looked at was keeping alcohol intake low. There are a lot of research studies looking at some of the benefits of especially wine, red wine, especially with the resveratrol additives that are in there being healthy for the brain as well as for the heart and general aging systems. But they're talking about a 4-ounce glass of wine once a day. That's a huge difference compared to what most of us drink in a glass of wine at the end of the day. We're talking a little bit of wine. So we want to make sure that alcohol intake is low. What I love most about this study is not just about the 5 health habits, but that if you do 4 of the 5 health habits, you decrease your dementia risk by 60%. That's a huge difference. And for me, that's an important difference because I'm an all or nothing kind of person. You know, if I can't succeed completely, then I'm just not going to be able to even do it. And I get to what my husband affectionately calls my F it stage real quickly. And that's not good because if I mess up once, then the whole thing is off. That's not a healthy attitude. So this research study is great for people like me because I can look at this and say, I can do 4 of the 5 most days. How can we change our health habits in a realistic way, knowing that we're all busy people and we all have lives that get in the way sometimes. The other thing that I really wanted to share with people is that following these diet tips or these lifestyle tips also reduced other chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes risk by 70%. And that's also a very, very important statistic and very significant. So that's our program for tonight. I did find a quote, and I love this quote because it's from one of my all-time favorite books. One of my friends actually suggested that we do a book review on this, specifically about books regarding aging or memory. So I think we might do that. One of the first ones I would probably check or encourage folks to read is called Water for Elephants. I love that book. It is fiction. It's by Sarah Gruen, Gruen, and the quote tonight comes from her. And from this book. Keeping up the appearance of having all of your marbles is hard work, but important. And that's from Water for Elephants, one of my favorite books of all time. And that's our show for tonight. I thank you for watching. And if you would like to watch more, please do subscribe to this YouTube channel under Pamela Atwood. You can also check out our website at www.agingcareacademy.org. And you can follow me on Instagram. I have some really cool things posted on Instagram now. And you can find me on Instagram at pamela.atwood. Until next time, have a great night. Thank you.